Hey guys, it's Bartram here from Warrior Fitness and Health, coaching busy people to create fitter and healthier lifestyles 1% at a time. And in this vlog, I'm going to be sharing with you my 4 main reasons why you may not be losing weight. So to start off with this vlog, I want to share with you my 4 main reasons why you may not be losing weight. First thing you need to understand is this is a massive subject. It's not that big, it is huge. Now, I could fill a complete hour on each one of the points I'm going to be discussing with you today. However, this is just thought seeds that I'm planting into your mind. It's bullet points. It's just ideas for you to think about. So if you've got inconsistent results with your weight loss, one of these 4 main points may be going wrong, and you need to talk to your PT, your coach, or your health professional where you can optimize what you're doing. So number 1 reason why you may not be losing weight consistently is the fact that you are inconsistent with your food, nutrition, or your training. So what do I mean by this? Inconsistent behaviour equals inconsistent results. Consistent behaviour equals consistent results. It's a very simple formula. So what I mean by this is us PTs, when we're working with a client and weight loss, what we're working with is something called the calorie equation or the calorie balance equation. So we're looking at roughly how many calories do you need to function as a human during the day, and then we're going to manipulate either you consuming a little fewer calories per day, or we're increasing your exercise per day so you're burning more calories. So for consistent weight loss, what you need is what's called a calorie deficit. So what I mean by this is, let's just say, for example, you are an average human being and you need 2,000 calories per day to function in your everyday life, your work, your exercise, your activities, your family, etc. For you to get consistent weight loss, you need to either be consuming around 1,800 calories per day, so you're in a calorie deficit of 200 calories, or you need to be upping your activity or your exercise by 200 calories plus, so you are always burning more than the food than you're eating. And this is called the calorie deficit. Now, to get the best results of this, you need a plan for the week. So you need to know how many times a week are you training? What kind of foods are you eating? What is the frequency of your eating? What is your portions of the food that you're eating? So daily, you need a nice balance of continual calories. You need to be burning similar calories on the opposite end, and then that should give you results at the end of the week. If you're not getting consistent results week in, week out, the first place to look is your consistency. Are you doing the same day in, day out, week in, week out? Because without consistency, you're going to get inconsistent results. So, reason number 2 why you may not be losing weight consistently. You may not be exercising quite how you need to be. So what us PTs do, we take a client, we take their goals, and then we work with something called the FIT principles. That's FITT. So we're looking at the frequency. How many times a week should you be training to hit your goals? The I is intensity. We're looking at how intense should your workouts be during the frequency so you are going to attack your goals. The first T is the type of exercise. So we're looking at what kind of exercise should you be doing for the frequency at the intensity for you to match your goals. Now that might be resistance, cardio, endurance, power, strength, etc, etc. Could be a combination of the whole lot, but it's up to a PT to work to the formula. And the second T is how long should you be working out. So this final T is time. So you may not be training correctly in line with your goals if you're not working out consistently. So your frequency, you're not working out at the intensity, you're not doing the correct type of training for the correct duration over a period of time. So if you're not losing weight consistency, this is reason number 2 why that may be a factor, and you need to speak to your PT, coach, or health professional. Reason number 3 why you may not be losing weight consistently. You may not be active enough outside of your exercise or your workouts. So I'm going to give you the big secret that PTs will never ever tell you. You can burn way many calories during the day when you are not exercising and when you're not in a PT session that you ever can in the gym, during a class, in a workout, or with us. It's a simple time management equation. There's 168 hours in a day. If you're training 4 times a week for 1 hour, that's 4 hours out of 168. That's a really small percentage. You can burn far more calories in your time outside of exercise. So I'm talking about getting your 10,000 steps. I'm talking about using the stairs instead of a lift. I'm talking about using the furthest toilet away from your workstation. I'm talking about taking a dog for a walk, playing with your kids, doing vigorous DIY, decorating. I'm talking about getting off a bus stop 1 stop earlier and walking. If you're not active enough during the day, you're not going to burn many calories, and exercise is going to really struggle to make up for that. Now, I don't know if you can relate to this, but the average person, they go to bed in a box-shaped bed, in a box-shaped room. They get up in the morning, they switch on their box-shaped telly and watch the news while they're having cereal out of a box container. They get in a box-shaped car and go to a box-shaped office. They work at a box-shaped computer at a box-shaped desk. Then they come home and they prepare the food in a box-style kitchen out of box-style containers. And then they sit in front of a box-style entertainment system called a TV. And then we have a shower in a box-style shower or bath. We live in a box all our life. We're going to die. We're going to end up in a box. We need to be more active like we was in the 50s, 60s and 70s when there were less cars. There was manual labour, there was more walking, there was more playing with children, there was less of this and there was less watching telly. You have got to get more active during the day to burn more calories if you want to be consistent with your weight loss goals. So, number 3 fact, if you're not active enough, you're not going to lose weight, and exercise is not going to make up for that. Reason number 4 why you might not be losing weight consistently is the fact that you are eating more than you think you are. So majority of clients, when they first come to me, they do both of these things. They underestimate how much they're eating by about 1/3, and they overestimate how many times they're working out and how hard they're working out by about 1/3. I know that, I've been doing it for years, so I account for that. But your typical person, that when I'm working with them with nutrition, I'll say things like, what did you have for tea last night? They'll say, oh, it was really good. I had some grilled chicken breast, I had a small amount of carbs, I had some veg. I cleared my plate and things are absolutely fine. When I do a food diary with them, what I actually find out is that, yes, they might have had their chicken, the carbohydrates that they had actually had was enough to feed them for 3 meals. There was probably about 700, 800, 900 calories in it, and the veg was probably a couple of spoonfuls, etc, etc, etc. So people tend to underestimate what they're eating, certainly from a calorie point of view, because there's a big difference between a tablespoon of olive oil and a drizzle. There's a big difference between a tablespoon of salad dressing and drowning the salad. You'll hear off really good PTs that healthy fats are essential to your health and well-being. But you've got to have portion control. A whole avocado in a whole sitting may be too much for you and your metabolism. You may need to spread that avocado over 4 meals. So the calories within the healthy fats are spread throughout during the whole period of the day. Okay, there is so many hidden calories in processed food. When you pick up a package of food and it's processed and it tells you there's 300 calories in there and there's 15 grams of fat and there's 30 grams of carbs, that will not be accurate. That was worked out years ago. They work on averages. So there is so many hidden calories in the processed food that you eat and in your portion control. And it's down to you communicating with your PT and filling out a food diary to really make sure that this calorie deficit is being adhered to. So reason number 4 is you're probably eating a few too many calories that you actually think you are. And one of the biggest ones that people always forget is how they drink their calories. So how many teas and coffees with sugar in and full fat milk, alcohol, beer, wine, etc, etc, etc. They have all got hidden calories in that you are drinking that the body can't process. So have a think about the foods that you're actually eating, have a think about how many calories are probably in there, and you need to be consistent with your calories day in, day out. You can't have too few one day, way too many another, and expect it to all even out at the end of the week when you pop on the scales. You need consistency. So folks, to summarise, top 4 reasons why you might not be losing weight regularly and consistently. Okay, you're inconsistent with your training or your eating. Number 2, you're not doing the right type of training or the right frequency, intensity, or for the designated amount of time that matches your goals. Number 3, you might not be active enough outside of your workout or exercise regime. Number 4, you may be eating too many hidden calories and you're underestimating how much you eat. The biggest tip I can give you with all of this is be consistent with your eating, your training, and if it's not working, you need to be asking your PT, your health professional, or your coach, because they're going to have the formulas to help you move forward. If you've got any questions or comments for me, please look me up on Facebook. It's Matt Bartram PT or Warrior Fitness and Health, or you can go to my website www.personaltrainertamworth.com. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next vlog.